class. My name is Tiffany, and today we're going to be doing a gentle, slow flow start to your morning. So we are going to begin from our backs. So go ahead and find your back. And today, props are optional. If you want to have some props available, you can use a bolster and 2 blocks, have them handy, but you don't have to. It's not like a requirement for today's practice. So once we find our backs, plant your feet on the floor, and let's just rock our knees from side to side. So as we kind of just arrive in whatever way you'd like to for today. Maybe your rocks are really slow and really like just hanging out. You're rocking, hanging out. So as we kind of move through these gentle little rocks, sometimes people call them windshield wipers, but today I'm calling them some rocks. So we're rocking to the left, and maybe we hold one side. Let your legs just kind of flop, hang there. Inhale, exhale, and then roll to the other side. And then flop and hang there, and then take a deep inhale. Awesome. And then come back to center, and then place both of your hands somewhere on your body. So maybe it's like at your waist, on your belly, maybe one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Deep inhale. And an exhale. Deep inhale. And an exhale. Can you soften your jaw one more time on your own? And then begin to seal the lips and just let your breath come through your nose if it's available. If it's not, continue breathing through your mouth. And as you inhale and exhale here, slow it down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. So let yourself kind of savor your breath. Inhale, exhale. And then notice your belly. Maybe put both hands on the belly, give it a squeeze, and say, thank you, belly. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for digesting my food and holding in my organs. You don't need to change a thing. I love you exactly as you are. I know it's a lot right in the morning, but that's okay. Our bellies can handle it. Deep inhale. Let the belly get really big. Send all your air to the belly. Give it a squeeze as you round up, and then exhale. Yeah. Inhale one more time. Let it get big. Sip in more. And then exhale, round up, and kind of give it a hug. Yeah. Giving your belly some love and doing some crunches, like some belly love crunches. Rock your knees from side to side. Come back to center, plant your left leg down, and then the right leg comes up. So it's like at this kind of like a tabletop. Flex the foot, and let's move the foot towards the midline. So externally rotating that hip, and then turn it towards the hip, so outside, and then we're internally rotating. So we're just kind of moving the foot from left to right, and just noticing the range of motion. We're not trying to force anything here. We're just like, let that hip kind of settle into its pocket, right? And then on that next exhale, go ahead and stay on that internally rotation, internal rotation. And just kind of notice the feelings that are coming up. So maybe some stuff on the inside of that right leg, some stuff on the outside of the hip. And then come back to center and then set that leg down. Whew. Okay, notice the difference between the two legs. Let's bring that left leg up and do the same thing. So we turn the foot towards the midline. So it's almost like we're crossing the ankle to the knee, but we're just kind of turning it. So this is rotating that hip out, so externally. And then we're turning that foot so it's going towards like the outer edge of the mat. And you'll notice you won't be able to go as far. That's an internal rotation. We don't normally have a huge range of motion with that, and that's totally normal. So just rock your foot back and forth just like you did on the other side. Not judging yourself for your range of motion, and we're working within our range of motion and letting ourselves just kind of like, oh, this is my morning hip kind of like opening, gentle, loving. I love you, hips. Thank you, hips. And then stay on that external or that internal rotation, excuse me. So the foot is going towards the outer edge of the mat. And we're just kind of pausing to feel the sensations in our leg. And then exhale, bring it down. Nice. Okay, so let's just find some like hip, like some posterior and anterior pelvic tilts. So press the whole spine into the mat. So we're finding this posterior pelvic tilt. Almost like you're crunching, your butt is squeezing, and the whole spine is on the ground. And then push the booty back so you're creating kind of like this cow-like shape. So there's like this sway in the back. And then let the spine meet the mat. So we're just kind of rocking back and forth for these pelvic tilts. Just connecting with our spine a little bit. We connected with our hips a little bit. And then eventually we'll be able to connect with our day, right? So go ahead and move your shoulders right to left, right? And then maybe even move your head from right to left. Just a gentle little something. We want to be gentle with ourselves in the morning. Roll to one side and gently push yourself up and then find a tabletop. So this is the place where if it makes sense to you, you would grab a bolster or something under your knees and then 2 blocks for your hands. This is optional, like I said, so if it feels fine for you to just come onto hands and knees, then that's what you're going to do. Tuck the toes. And then just gently rock your hips forward and back. And just notice the work we've already done in our hips. Isn't that kind of cool? Like, yeah. And now maybe we add a little roll to it. So we're kind of pushing the hips back and kind of like pushing the booty back. And then starting from the base of the spine, rolling all the way forward. And then letting that hip go back. So we're finding these like spinal waves, just rolling forward and back. Tapping into that breath. Maybe thinking about like how you want this day to go. Sometimes it's important to kind of think about it like, you know, you've got stuff coming up and you want to be present in your body. Go ahead and swish your hips from right to left. But maybe like think of a word that might make sense for you for your day. You're starting off with some yoga, so some grounding, taking care of yourself. So what do you want for your day? Continue that on. So like, I am grounded, and like you could take that affirmation into your day. Go and extend your left leg behind and push into the hands and just feel that nice little calf stretch. Yes. Oh yeah, it's magic. And you can kind of rock back and forth. Lift up that leg, cross it over. So now it's coming over towards the right, and then look over that right shoulder like, yeah. Get a nice stretch along the whole length of that left side body. I am grounded. Does that feel right? Think about that. Go ahead and bring your foot all the way back to center. One more little. And then the knee comes back down. Rinse that out. We're just going to rock through a little cat-cow, connecting with our spine, connecting with our breath. So inhale, come forward. Exhale, lean back into that heel stretch. Inhale, exhale. So we kind of played with the grounded affirmation. What about I am connected? How does that feel? And then go ahead and rock that left hold on, right foot to the left, and then look over that left shoulder so we get that right side of the body nice and stretched. Sometimes it's like we want to rush right into our day, but like slowing down and letting ourselves like savor. Maybe you want to savor your day a little bit, slow down, and like let things kind of come to you. As I think about it more and more, it's like, yeah, the art of savoring. Okay, option to move the blocks to the side. You can also move your bolster to the side. You can also stay on tabletop if this is feeling nice. So I'm giving you options, but I'm gonna come into a downward facing dog. So that's gonna look like this, where my hands are up towards the top of the mat, and then my hips are raised up. And I'm taking my feet a little bit wider just because of my belly, and I'm letting my beautiful belly kind of sit between my thighs. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to bend my knees a lot, so try it. See how that feels. Think about the space between your thumb and your index finger. Try to press that into the mat. Now I want you to lift up those heels and just kind of feel maybe a stretch along the bottom of the foot. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. And then set it back down. And then just notice calf stretch. Maybe your ribs kind of come down a little bit more. So you kind of take the sway out of the back. Nice. Breathe. On that next exhale, walk your feet towards the top. Go slow. So I'm going to like lift up my one toe, set down my other toe, lift up. So just the same way we did, but now we're like going so slow until we reach a point where we feel like we're going to fall over. And then take your feet a little bit wider, almost to the outer edges of the mat. And then let that belly like grab it and sit it between your thighs. Hands, thank goodness blocks are right here. Hands can come to blocks, especially if those hamstrings are tight. Bend those knees a lot and just relax your head. Look towards the back of the mat. So we're bending our knees a lot and we're just kind of like, oh, yeah. And then we can kind of play. Straighten one leg, straighten the other leg. Whew. Come back to that breath. Savor it. Ground with it. Connect with it. You notice my theme? Okay. Lean your weight into the heels. And then slowly let your bones just kind of push into the ground so that raises you. So we're letting our head kind of dangle in front of us. Yes, my belly is sticking out. It's okay. It's okay, belly. We're allowed to kind of let it show. And then slowly come up into standing. Head comes up last. Hands are down by the side. We're looking forward. We're in our mountain. Hello, mountain. So mountain is essentially a standing posture. Hands can be forward by your sides. And it's this incredibly grounding posture where we can like stand into exactly what our body is meant to do. Like be proud and strong and tall. Deep inhale. And for today, we are savoring, we're connecting, we're grounding. Awesome. Okay. Let's find a little roll down. So I want you to turn just your torso over that right hip and tuck your chin, tuck your shoulders, and then slowly roll down, almost like touching this right leg as you roll down. We're rolling. We're rolling, 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 rolling. We get down to the bottom. Maybe we grab a block to set our hand on something, both of them. Bend your knees and then just play with the length in the left side of the body. So we're kind of like crunching over here, but like
that left side deserves a little something, something. Relax your head so even it's involved. We're really trying to kind of find a gentle little space in that left side of the body. Then on that next exhale, ground into the right foot and let that be your guide all the way up. And we're still kind of hovering over the right side of the body as we come all the way back up.
We're going slow. We're going slow. And just notice. Look forward, find your mountain. Tadasana. A little Sanskrit for you. And then we'll do it on the other side. So look over your left hip. Your shoulders turn towards that hip and the hips are facing forward. Tuck your chin and just gently kind of like touch your leg as you roll all the way down. Roll all the way down. Roll all the way down. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. My left hip is much tighter than my right. I can already tell. As I'm feeling a stretch in my left hip, it's supposed to be opening up my right side, which it is. But just notice, like, there's going to be differences on both sides. It's kind of cool, though. You're like, okay, this is my body. This is what's happening. I'm going to work with this. And if it's too much, come up a little bit. Like, we are doing this for ourselves to feel good in the morning. That's what this is for. We got this. And then lean into that left leg. Slowly roll up. Savor it. Savor every single little moment. Oh, yeah. 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 Ooh. We have done so much work. Such good work. Okay. Take your legs a little bit wider. And then just notice your little belly. Big belly. Beautiful belly. Give it a little love. Thank you, belly. Now I want you to do the same thing, but we're going down the middle. So the belly might hit the thighs in a way, and we just want to adjust once we get down there. So we're going to roll in, shoulders down, chin down. We're kind of rolling. Bend your knees a lot. We're just rolling all the way down. Just notice. And then as we kind of get halfway, we can kind of shift into the belly. So I'm like literally grabbing it and trying to put it between my thighs. And then pressing into the heels, and maybe my hands come to blocks. Forearms can come to blocks. These are really tall blocks. So, use whatever feels good in your body for today. Hands can come to the ground, to your knees. Relax your head. You could even use a chair. Just giving you lots of options because I want this practice to feel good for you. Relax your head, look to the back of the mat. Shift to the right, shift to the left. Sometimes staying still is the answer, but sometimes moving is the answer too. You don't have to stay still. We're not trying to be performative here. We're trying to tap into the access of sensation in our bodies. Plant the feet and shift the hips back so they kind of like, it kind of lands in the heels, and then slowly roll up. Rolling up, rolling up. Oh my gosh, all the way back up. Yes. Okay, let's inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And let's just work on the shoulders a little bit. Inhale, circle. Exhale, hands to heart center. Yes. Inhale, circle. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. On this next one, find a little cactus. Open up that chest. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. This time think about like scraping the back of the wall with your shoulders or your elbows. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. This time maybe push your hips forward just gently, just trying to find just a little. And then exhale, let's forward fold. Take your feet a little bit wider. Adjust that beautiful belly and find a forward fold. Inhale, let's find a halfway lift. So look between your feet. Your back is flat. Hands come to your knees, shins, toes, whatever. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way. Circle the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your feet back together. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Awesome. On that next exhale, let's slowly roll back down. This time, maybe to the different side of the mat. So we're slowly rolling down. Take your feet wide, all the way, all the way. Slow, slow, slow. And then walk your hands out a little bit. And maybe walk your feet back a little bit. So we're kind of in this like narrow down dog. Lift up one heel, then the other heel. Tap into the breath. And then slowly, if you need it, grab something. Slowly bring your knees down onto your cushion if you need it. And then tuck your toes. And let's just sit back onto our toes for a moment. If this is way too much, you don't have to do this part. But if you have any type of foot pain or you stand a lot on your feet, this is such an amazing stretch for your feet, especially if you have plantar fasciitis, which your girl has. So I try to do this on a regular basis to help with those achy little pains that like to sneak up. As we get older, our bodies tell us what's up. So it's good to kind of check in. Let's come onto our back bodies and just slowly work our way kind of back where we started, but maybe we're facing a different direction. Like we came full circle. And as we kind of find the ground, I'm using something under my head, but it's up to you to decide. What do you need? My legs are going to extend, arms are going to come by my side, and I'm going to tap back into my body as we set up for this final kind of shavasana. If you need something, go for it. So like if you want some more of those little rock and hip movements, go for it. If you would like a little butterfly, like a hip stretch, or you need a forward fold, or some sort of happy baby, bringing your knees into your chest, this is the time. We're setting ourselves up. Or you can grab something for behind your head, or even a blanket to kind of cuddle up with. We'll be here for just a moment, just kind of settling into our bodies. Okay, so let's go back to those affirmations and pick out which one felt the best for us. I was going to say felt right and felt the best, and I said felt the right. Felt the right way. Okay, anyways, we're just going to break out in a song. If you finished kind of your whatever you needed, go ahead and come into your shavasana. So that might mean one leg extended, that might mean both, or both knees bent. Hands could be kind of flat on the earth. You could also be seated or some other position. I'm going to let that be your decision. I'm just making some suggestions. So as we come here, notice if your jaw is kind of clenched, your brow is furrowed. Sometimes even just like touching my brow, it kind of helps to kind of close my eyes or find some softness in my face. I'm like, face, be soft. It's okay. You're allowed to be soft. It's all good. Go back to your affirmation that you really liked. I am savoring the day. I am grounded. I am connected. Which one? And as we maybe come into this final resting place, we let go of whatever breath we were holding on to and any paced breath, and come into that natural, whatever breath feels good for you here. And I'll be silent for 1 minute, and I encourage you to just kind of say that affirmation as we sit in our silence for our Shavasana. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes. And maybe you decide to stay in a little bit longer, so you do you. Maybe you stretch, full body stretch, grab your hands, point your toes, and just reach in both directions. Gently roll to one side, coming into like a fetal position. You can bend your knees and like make a little pillow with your arm. Gently push into the mat and raise your torso up. If you have something to sit on, I encourage you to use it. If you don't, sitting on the booty is just fine for me and for you. Adjust wherever you might need. I always find I need to kind of unroll my leggings, adjust my shirt. I want things to feel good as I close out my practice. Bring my hands to my heart center, and I encourage you to do the same. Tuck the chin. Maybe you close your eyes for just a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Thumbs come to your third eye. It's that little space between your eyebrows. I am connected. I am grounded. I am savoring. The divine light within me honors the divine light within each and every one of us. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'll see you on the next one, babes. If you like me and you like my vibe, don't forget to check out all of my offerings down below. I have a membership plus some amazing courses to help you get started in a really authentic, loving, gentle, and kind way.